your name at the top of his list. And the Statue of Liberty started shaking her fist. And the eagle will fly, and it's gonna be here. Brought to you courtesy of the red, white, and blue.
It's time for Veterans Issues, the show that brings you information about veterans, military, and their family. Now here's your host, Ken Rollins.
Welcome to Veterans Issues. Ken Rollins here. Today's guests are going to talk to all you folks that's spouses of veterans, or you veterans out there, get you a pen, get around the phone, get around the I've been listening to this pen and phone business, get around the TV set, and we're going to talk about something that benefit for veterans and the spouses. So I'll be right back, and we'll talk with Kim McCutcheon and Connie Thompson. Be right back. Welcome into Veterans Issues, Ken Rollins. Today we're going to be talking to some folks that are in the healthcare business. There's a new company just opened out in Jacksonville area, and I got the name, and I'm going to let them tell it because I misplaced it, but that's all right. It's a healthcare provider, and for you veterans out there that need assisted living and the spouses, this is for you, and I may need some of it myself, so I'm going to welcome to the show Connie Thompson on my far right and Kim McCutcheon. Hey, Connie.
Hey.
And good to meet you.
Very nice to meet you, Ken.
Now, Kim, you're the manager.
I'm the owner, yes.
Mm-hmm. And Connie, you're the operation manager. Is that
correct.
Okay. And tell me the name. I knew it about 2 minutes ago, and now I don't know it.
It's Home Helpers.
Home Helpers. Mm-hmm. Okay. Remember that. And I'm going to give you the phone number. I'm going to give it to you several times. We're going to have it on the screen right here, my Vanna White deal. And it is 256-776-7769. And that's the number you call to we're going to talk about who is eligible for this, how do you get it. We got some things you see on the set here. We've got some equipment. Some things I don't know what they are, but some I do. And I'm getting on up there in the years where I'm probably going to need all of them, so give me 2 of those to go.
We can do that.
You can do that. Let me see that folder you got there. I see, if I'd have looked over there,
there's
the folks who's watching on camera 1, you see it says Home Helpers. That would probably be the name of the company, but remember that, Home Helpers. Now, I don't know, y'all, which one wants to answer the questions. I'm going to ask it. And when I talk about, you're not just for veterans, you're for anyone, right?
Yes.
And when you're Home Helpers, you're a healthcare provider, is that, what are some of the things you do? For, let's say, there's a veteran that's disabled, is mobile, but needs some help.
The short way to remember it is that we take care of people who can't take care of themselves.
That's me.
We weren't going to point fingers.
Thank you, Ken.
So it could be anyone from senior citizens to someone that is recovering from surgery, that are currently in a rehabilitative mode. Or people that are suffering with a lifelong disability. It's anyone who can't take care of themselves. We would be able to assist them.
What are some of the things you do when she says assist? Connie, what were some of the things you do in the house with the person?
We have different levels of care based on what it is that you need. We start out with what we talk as companion care. And that's if you needed someone to come in and do some light housekeeping. Now, we're not coming in to be your housekeeper, but light housekeeping. If you needed help with meal preparation, if you needed someone to take you to the grocery store or to the doctor, we can do those sorts of things. We can come in and just hang out with you if that's what you need. Then we take it a step further. If you need personal care, then you need someone to help you in bathing, in dressing, feeding, those sorts of things that directly impact your personal self. But we try to gear it to whatever it is that the person needs.
I got to do a disclaimer here. When Connie and I go back a lot of years, and in the TV business, she had her own show, co-host of the show here on TV 24, and so when I say when I heard her say, "I'll come hang out with you," I'd be a nervous wreck. We would be laughing so hard I'd probably end up with a cardiac arrest or something. But
well, it wouldn't be me that came and hung out with you.
Well, All right. So anyhow, we got somebody now. You didn't. There's one thing you didn't say, and I know this would be part of it, is people that need assistance, their medication, because there's a problem after you get on up there a few years. If you ever live to be as old as me, you'll understand that. Is the medications, which is morning, which is in the evening, and stuff like that. You do that? You do that too?
We do help with medication management, and a part of that is some of the equipment that you see here, where we won't actually be able to administer or give the medicine, but we can help manage the doses and give reminders to our clients that it's time to take your medicine now.
Okay. What is? Let's just show and tell. So what's that big round blue thing? If you can.
That's the medication.
This is the medication?
This is the medication management system.
I can't swallow that.
No. If you'll let me show it to you. I don't want you to drop it, the lid will pop off. So what you have here is there's 28 wells in here.
Okay, I was going to say, let me hold that up.
Sorry. There's 28 wells in here, and although we would not be able to fill that, a pharmacist could fill it or a family member could fill it. And you can set this on a timer. And I need to put the lid back on here.
All right.
And then this lid will lock. And the studies show that oftentimes when it comes to taking our medicine, if we're feeling good, we don't want to take our medicine. And if we're feeling poorly, we take twice as much medicine. So this system here allows us to take the exact amount at the exact time. So what you do is we would come in and we would set this up and we would put it on, and let's say Connie needs to take medicine 4 times a day.
5 times.
5 times a day. We would set this alarm, and when the appropriate time came, it would start alarming. And she would have 30 minutes to come over and engage this slide, and that's what turns the alarm off. And it also reveals the well where she can get her medicine. If she does not engage this system within 30 minutes, it automatically contacts the call center.
Gotcha.
And the call center would give her a call and say, Connie, it's 8 o'clock and it's time to take your medicine.
That's a peace of mind.
It is.
It's very much so.
Peace of mind.
The nice thing about this, though, is if she still doesn't do it, this system will lock, and then she won't be able to have it. And then the carousel will turn, and the next dose will come.
Yeah.
And if we come into the home once a week, we can unlock this, take this off, and then we'll be able to report to the family exactly what she had and what she missed.
I got you.
It is a wonderful,
It's
wonderful
got a little red light on the front and everything.
Oh yeah, that's the display for the
yeah.
time and all that.
Wow. Now, what's that? Well, we only got 2 minutes. I don't want to take it up. One of the other things is the next item is what?
Well, these are the personal emergency
Help,
response.
I can't get up.
Yes, and the technology now is really good in that they have 3G capability. So this one you can take anywhere, and it communicates through cell towers. So, and it also has a fall sensor and GPS, so that if you have a client that is wandering and they don't know where they are, this will be able to find them. So that is a wonderful system. And
I've got one that the automatic, I push the button, it dials 911, and I can talk to them as if they were on the phone, That, that's my help. I've fallen and I can't get up. And the other was basically the same thing.
It's the same.
The different versions of it, yes.
Now, we're going to, in the next segment, I want to talk about the finances and how people get this help and the application and all that stuff. But I want them to know that the veterans out there, I'm over the 4 nursing homes in the state of Alabama, but this is separate of that. So we've run out of time in this segment. We're going to go to the break, come back, we're going to talk more about how you get help, get this assisted living. Stay where you are. Be right back. Welcome back into Veterans Issues. Having too much fun here during the break, but we were talking with Kim and Connie was talking about that home care, the home helpers, health care, and we were talking. I now want to talk about how someone. This is Veterans Issues, so a veteran is fits into what we've been talking about. Needs someone to come in, still living in the home, not ready for the nursing home, but needs assistance.
Yes.
Yeah. How do they go about that?
Well, that takes advantage of the Veterans Aid and Attendance benefit. And for that program to pay for an agency like us to come into their home, they have to be an honorably discharged veteran. They have to have served 90 days active duty in a specific wartime period. They have to have the right asset ratio, and they have to need assistance with ADLs, which is activities of daily living. If they meet all of those criteria, then they qualify for this aid and attendance benefit. And it is for veterans, and it is also for their spouses. And a veteran, a qualifying veteran, can get up to $1,700 a month in this benefit to pay for someone to come in and help take care of them during the day so that they can stay in their home as long as safely possible. And that's really what everybody wants to do. They want to stay home. So the nice thing about what we do is we have partnered with an organization that fills out this application for them.
That's what I get.
And that is really the critical piece, because it is a typical government program, and the application process is very lengthy and it's very difficult. But what we've done is we have this partner that will come in, and they do it for a living. That's how they make their money, is to fill out this application and get the veteran this benefit. And the services can start within 30 to 45 days once they do that initial interview with the veteran.
And they can have attendance for the spouse and the veteran.
Yes, sir.
And at the same time.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Connie, why are you doing this?
Well, I got bored.
There you go.
Not really. Of course, I was just telling
You're a
you in the
people
break.
person, for one
thing. But my dad was in the VA home up in Huntsville, and I, quite honestly, I love old people. And Kim and I have known each other for a while. We were associated through, we actually met through a Bible study in our church. And it is such a need, and there is such a growing body of people that need help. And I just wanted to be involved and help, and thankfully she asked me to join her in this venture.
She asked for a good one, 'cause I've been knowing you a long time.
Well, thank you.
The ability to communicate with people, I don't think anybody did any better, but I didn't ask you. I know you're a veteran yourself.
I am, yes.
And so that goes unsaid. We all of us veterans know what the other veterans. But now, before we run, I want to make sure we get everything on the table we can. The veterans out there that this is not just for the elderly veteran. This is not for the 80s, World War II. This is for the people that may be suffering for something from post-traumatic stress.
Well, actually, for the Veterans Aid and Attendance Benefit, that's different than disability.
Okay.
And so for them to qualify for this benefit, the needs that they have cannot be related to a service disability.
Okay.
So PTSD would be a service-related disability, so that would be covered under their Veterans Disability Benefits. This is totally independent of that.
Okay, so someone who's not service-connected, not hurt on the job, so to speak.
Exactly.
This there's a lot of those.
Yes, and my grandfather is one, and actually he is one of the reasons that I got in this business. Lester Brubaker, he's a World War II veteran, and he just needs help now. He's 90, he's going to be 92 next month, and he just needs help with activities of daily living. He did not suffer an injury while he was in World War II, thank you God. But he's not mobile anymore, so he needs help getting nutrition, and he needs help getting personal hygiene, and this helps to pay for the care that we have in his home, and he is still in his home, and that's where he wants to be.
If you got the couple and you're providing assistance, and they need something from the drugstore, from the store, do y'all do those things? Kind of thing?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Errands, that thing?
We will. We'll take them to the
important.
barber, we'll take them to the drugstore, or we'll go do it for them. If they're not able to go outside, we will do that for them. Yes.
And a point about that, our caregivers are carefully screened. We do background checks, we do drug screens, motor vehicle checks. It's not just anybody in off the
They're
streets.
certified through what? I mean, are y'all that just do the background checks and hire them
Yes,
based
and
on a certain criteria?
well, they have to have a certain level of experience to be a caregiver. We like for them to have at least 1 year of actual caregiving experience, or to have their CNA, their certified nursing assistant. And then we vet them ourselves, and I tell them during the interviewing process, I show them a picture of my grandparents, and I tell them, if you cannot convince me that you can take care of my grandparents, I will not hire you to take care of somebody else's. And we vet them ourselves.
So with unemployment the way it is nowadays, somebody's looking to get into a career. You mentioned the CNA. This is a great start for somebody that wanted to say they can't travel to Pale City to our home there. They can't travel. The other hospitals and places are full. You got something there that this is a good start for them to.
It is, and it's a great resume builder too. If they wanted to go on in the healthcare field, we are a great resume builder for them to start with us and move on in their career. Yes.
Well, I noticed in there, is it Keith, is your husband?
My husband.
And what does he do?
He is.
Just part owner?
No, actually, he let me have this all by myself. He is.
For real?
He is a retired. He retired from the military, a reservist. He was a combat engineer, and so he does unexploded ordnance work out at McCutcheon. He is a UXO technician, and when he's not doing that, he owns his own home improvement business.
I was going to say, we don't want any explosions when we're taking care of our assisted living. That doesn't fit into what we're doing here. Oh, they'd love to see it.
No, but however, he would be awesome at improving their homes, like if they need a wheelchair ramp, or if they need the bars in the bathrooms, the grab bars, he would be great at that.
All right, that asks me something else I hadn't even on my list, but someone needs mobility thing. Do you help in that? Do you help to getting ramps or anything like that? Do you don't get into that, do you?
That's not in my scope, but we would be a referral source.
That's what I'm talking about. You can tell them how to.
Yes, we would be a referral source.
Yeah, let's see.
Well, and let me throw another thing in. Kim and I just came back from Atlanta. We don't have a snow story from that January snow because we were tucked in a hotel in Atlanta, but we were going through a course to become certified senior advisors. And there's an exam you take at the end, and we both passed. We're so thankful.
Yes.
And now, and what that does is give us another level of credibility, because this was not our chosen field. This is something we are learning about as we go along, but it does give us the information to be able to direct someone to who or where they need to go to get help.
We're down to a minute. I want to just tell you this, that Kim can relate to this, and you probably can too, Connie, that being a veteran, there's a lot of pride there. And a lot of veterans out there could go get disability through the VA, but they refuse to because they feel like they're taking welfare or something like that. But they do have service-connected disability, but they have not filed for them, and they could have got it years ago. So there's a lot of people that contact me needing the services you got. And we're going to put the phone number up there again, and I'm going to be ready as people call me. I appreciate you coming on doing the show.
Thank you.
Good to see you, Connie.
So good
to meet you.
Very nice to meet you, Ken.
Appreciate you do that.
Thank
you folks out there, you need some health care or home care, you better call that number. See you back. Got some news you can use. Stay right there. Welcome back in. Ken Rollins here, and I appreciate the guest today. It's something that the veterans out there need, and your spouses. Hope you got that information. If you don't, my information is on the screen from time to time, so just give me a call and I'll tell you how to get in touch with them. And I've learned some things today myself too. So if you want to see if someone that you can see the show because you're watching me now, but if there's somebody that can't, they can go on our website at WEAC TV 24, and there's an on-demand buttons over there. Just click on that and you can pull up our shows. And for the folks there, this information will be on there for a while. So if you see it, watching where you're watching today or tonight, then you just tell someone to log on that way. And folks out there, we got the Humane Society out there by the old dump area, and it's a Cheehaw Regional Humane Society. They need a lot of things: blankets, sheets, newspapers, dog food, and treats, dog treats, and anything else that you think at the dog. They're doing a great job out there. I'm just so proud of what Jane Cunningham and all the gang are doing out there, Lisa and all of them, that they're saving animals rather than killing them, and that's a great deal. And the law enforcement tag we talk about here every week, this is time of the year to buy your tag, and and we got it on the screen right there now. That's Chief Partridge's little baby, but it helps us. The funds from that that tag, anyone can have that tag. Just think you're driving down the road and you got one of those on, and the state trooper pulled up behind you, and they see that. They know one thing: they see that shield and that rose, and that's symbolic of the National Memorial. But it shows one thing, that you support law enforcement. I'm not saying you got that authorizes you to speed. Don't get me wrong there, but that's a great tag, and you can get it at your tag office, and it'll help us build the memorials there in Anniston, and a portion of it goes to the memorial up in Washington, D.C. And the Oxford Tire Service, for you veterans out there, they're not my sponsor, but they do give a 10% discount to you. If you're buying $400 worth of tire, you got $40 right there off of the tires. So go by and see them. Dale Harbin's down there, and Alan Robinson used to own it. He's still working there, and the best people I know. And that's not a commercial, that's just some good advice. And now, Veterans Moments that we're doing here each week, this is sponsored by K.L. Brown, Steve Hurst, Barbara Boyd, and Randy Wood. This is, just to let you know, 16 bills were passed last session, and there's 15 bills that were for veterans, and you don't know about them unless you watch TV 24. So this is what Veterans Moments is about. So we're going to keep on doing them and pay it forward. I always talk about that, paying it forward. I did it this morning. If you're in line at a fast food place, tell them you want to pick up the one in the front or the one in the back. You'll feel good, and it really, really makes your day. Just think about it. If nobody would ever have to pay at a drive-in if everybody paid it forward. Or in my case this morning, I paid for the lady behind me. So that's a great thing out there. That just makes you feel good. And just think about it. Somebody that's traveling, they're in distress, and they pull up and they say there's no charge for your food. That the person in front of you or behind you has already paid for it. So the Veterans Court, I got to thank Judge Stedham for doing that. She's got the Veterans Court here in Calhoun County. We've got about 30 of them in the state of Alabama now, and Judge Stedham, thank you for what you're doing. They got a lot of battle buddies out there, and this is a win-win for the county. And so thanks for stepping up to the plate. You had to go to a lot of school to get that, and for that I appreciate you. Let's see, we're running out of time as always. Don't forget the Upward Bound out at the Gadsden State. Oh man, let me do some shout outs. IHOP, my friends out there, Erica, Michelle, Shoshone, Betty Carr, the ambassador to Anniston, Caitlin and Bella, hey girls. And this week's salute goes out to all the first responders. They really earned their keep here in this snow and stuff. You had your EMS, you had your fire, you had your law enforcement. They stepped up to the plate. We appreciate you. So this salute's for you. See you next week right here on Veterans Issue. We're gone.